Azam Part 106. The Lucknow Pact was an agreement to the national level on principles whereby both Congress and Muslim League would share power in the executive and legislature. This pact was more specific in scope than what had earlier been envisaged in Gokhal's scheme. The Congress, as per the pact, would have a two-third representation in the central executive and the legislature, while the Muslim League would get one-third. Some special safeguards were agreed upon for religious matters, all such issues needing for their passage support of three-fourths members of their concerned community. Separate electorate for Muslims was recognized as a principle of cardinal importance. It was adopted after the necessary assurance from Jinnah, backed by Tilak. In this unity effort, Jinnah was the arch culprit. Arch culprit? My goodness. Arch culprit, my goodness. What the writer has put it over here. As he himself would say later in a self-deprecatory mode. These leadership roles in the Congress, respectively, of Jinnah and Gandhi, got reversed within just 6 years of Gandhi's return. By 1920, Gandhi had come fully into his own, that is, by the Nagpur Congress, from where onwards Jinnah got increasingly marginalized in the Congress party. It is not that either of them altered their political personalities. Rather, during these 6 years, the entire Indian political scene got transformed, and these two reacted to the changes as they best judged. Besides, by 1920, Gandhi too had gathered around him a recognizable Muslim support plus a great deal of financial support. It was Gandhi who then became the rallying spirit behind India's freedom movement, a status that Jinnah never really attained. From Amritsar to Calcutta to Nagpur, all respectively Congress session, Gandhi grew from strength to strength. By 1920 and the Nagpur Congress session, Congress party was now unquestioningly behind Gandhi. As for Jinnah, earlier often called the Muslim Gokhale, had it not been for the war, perhaps he could have remained central to the Congress and simultaneously also been the principal spirit of Muslim League, endeavoring through his constitutional methods political rapprochement between the two parties and the Hindus and the Muslims. Certainly politically, the First World War changed all that. Had fate willed otherwise, or was Jinnah outwitted or maneuvered, or even more tragically was it that being Muslim he was from the beginning disadvantaged? In this hotless race of political influence in India, Jinnah always carried a heavy handicap, then also later. Just months before the war, Jinnah's political demands had been rejected in England, yet ironically it were these very demands that later got announced by Montagu for a responsible government for India, enabling legislation. Jinnah in the process was robbed of a major political platform, rather had it pulled away from under his political feet. The other major factor or contributor of Jinnah's relegation in the Congress was ironically the breakup of the Ottoman Empire, following which came the abolition of the Caliphate and an arrival of the Indian political scene of mesmerizing temporarily Ali brothers Muhammad Ali Johar and Shaukat Ali Gohar. This removed, at least temporarily, the Muslim plank, too, as an open for Jinnah. Rather, mostly, he then communicated with then Governor of Bombay, Sir George Lloyd, to let Whitehall know that all the values and goodwill one hoped from your reform is being rapidly submerged on account of the actions of 2 or 3 men, Gandhi and Ali brothers. And feeling has never been worse than at present since mutiny.